everyone, I'm Teacher EJ. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today, I would like to talk about past year question from NMOS 2025, which is about figure transformation. Now everyone, let's have a look. So we said that in the 7-sided figure A, B, C, D, F, G as shown below, we said that AG is parallel to both CB and DE. AG is parallel to CB and DE. Then we said that CD is parallel to GF, CD parallel to GF, and then we have AB parallel to FE. So AB parallel to FE. The lengths of AB, D, F, G, and CD are 2 cm, 3 cm, 4 cm, and 7 cm respectively. So you can see that it is already labeled on the figure. It is also given that the reflex ABC is 240 degrees, this part. Then we have CD is equal to EFG is 120 degrees. We are asked to find the parameter of the figure ABCDEFG. So everyone, how do we solve this question? So you can see that in this case, we are given with 4 of the length, but we still have to find out the remaining CB, AG, and also FE. These 3 side lengths, we do not know anything about it. We need to find them out. But how do we want to do it? You see, in this case, it seems like we are not able to directly calculate 3 of this length. So how do we solve this question? Now everyone, when there is a question whereby we cannot directly calculate it, what we can try to do is we can consider to transform our figure right here. Now, let's observe our figure together. We say that AB is parallel to FE, CB is parallel to AG. You see that in this case, this 7-sided figure right here, you see, it doesn't look like a very easy to calculate. You see this part right here, right? This part. So what we can try to do is we can consider what we so-called the translation method. Now, F1, you see, AG, we can try to use a translation method. We can move it to the left side here. And CB, again, we use a translation method since CB is parallel to AG. We're trying to move it up. Oh, you see, it formed one of this length. Now, F1, this part right here, what is the angle? It will be 120 degrees. Oh, okay. Now, let me try to label this at the point A prime. Now, F1, just now we got one of the length, the 2 cm. Notice that the 2 cm now is moved to the A prime C. Hey, just now we said that we had to find out 3 lengths. But now, when we use the translation method, you see that it formed just one of the length, A prime G. So we just have to find out 2 of the length, which is A prime G and FE. Now again, how do we find it out? Now F1, let's try to observe our figure together. You see that we have this part 120, this part 120, this part also 120. Now, let me ask you a question. A prime to GE, this part right here, what is the angle? Oh, F1, notice that we say that GF parallel to CD and also A prime G parallel to DE. So we know that this part will also be 120 degrees. How about A prime CD? Oh, again, A prime C is parallel to FE, and we know that CD parallel to GF. This part will also be 120 degrees. And last but not least, we know that DEF will also be 120 degrees. Now everyone, let's observe together. Now if let's say I try to extend out a little bit of A prime C. Now this part, the exterior angle right here, what is it? Oh, it is actually 60 degrees, right? Now everyone, the next part, we know that this part, ED, if I also try to extend out a little bit, this angle right here also be 60 degrees. Hey everyone, both of these parts, they are 60 degrees. Now, what we can try to do is, we further extend out 2 of this length. Oh, it will form what we so-called equilateral triangle. Now, everyone, same goes to the other 2 parts, this and also this part. We can also try to extend out the side length. It will form another 2 equilateral triangle. Okay, we can see that now that this figure right here, you see, is already exceeded the question right here. Okay, let me try to adjust it a little bit. Alright, everyone, you can see that now that we form a big equilateral triangle, let's try to label it. We said that this is a big equilateral triangle, HIJ. Now, in this case, we just have to find out the 2 remaining lengths, which is A prime G and also FE. Now, let's try to observe our figure together. Now, first thing first, everyone, because we know that CID, this is one of the equilateral triangle. Since we know that CD is 7 cm, So the next thing, we know that, CIID, both of it will also be 7 cm. Now everyone, the next thing, we say the big triangle HIJ is an equilateral triangle. And now we see that A'I and GJ, both of them, they are the same length. And based on this part, we know that this is 2 cm plus 7 cm. Now everyone, from here we will know that GJ will also be 7 plus 2, which is 9 cm. Since we know that GJ is 9 cm, we will be able to get that FJ will just be 9 minus 4, 5 cm. And now, since we know that FJ is 5 cm and FEJ, this is one of the equilateral triangle. So the next thing we know that FE and EJ, both of them will just be 5 cm. So we already found out one of the side length FE right here. We just have to find out A prime G. Now again, let's observe our figure. Notice that everyone, our bottom base right here, I to J, we already found out the total length. 7 plus 3 plus 5, 15 cm. Which means that HJ, this part will also be 15 cm. Right? This is the first thing that we can calculate here. Since we know that HJ will be 15 cm, and everyone, we already know that this part is 9 cm in total. So in this case, we will be able to get that HG will just be 15 minus 9, which is 6 cm. And everyone, again, A prime G, this is one equilateral triangle. So HG is 6 cm, which means that the other two lengths will also be 6 cm. And we have now found out all of our side length right here. Okay, everyone, now let's find out what is a perimeter. So let's try to add up all of our lengths here. And everyone, when we're trying to add up the lengths, try to follow the order so that you don't miss any length right here, okay? So we have 6 cm plus 4 cm plus 5 plus 3 plus 7 and plus 2. You will get a total of 27 cm. And this will be our final answer. Alright, now everyone, let's summarize what we learned from this question. So you can see that if the question given, we are not able to directly calculate the perimeter, we can try to consider to transform our figure. And in this case, we use the translation method. Second thing, when you see that the exterior angle of the figure is 60 degrees, we can try to consider to construct equilateral triangle. This is what we consider, and this is what we learn from this question. Alright, so now you can try to do this practice question and you can leave your answer at the comment section below. Alright everyone, you may join our WhatsApp group for more information about our activity. I hope you enjoyed this video and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.